Hi everyone, how are you? How's your week been? Well, the sun's certainly gone in, but it's almost as soon as we got let out of lockdown, the sun decided to go back into the clouds. Well, not like properly out of lockdown, but we're allowed up to 6 people now. So certainly I can go out with my riding buddies. And as Rob, my friend, said, you certainly know who your 6 best friends are now, don't you? So yeah, but never mind. I'm pleased that things have sort of gone back to semi-normality. How are you all doing? Hope you're all well. I've got a good quiz for you this week. I've managed to keep the Blockbusters round. We've got a picture round again for you. Hope you enjoyed the little promo there for my bro that we did last week. Indulge me that little indulgence. That's pretty much what he does. So if you do know anyone, please be sure to pass them over. Here's his details: info at CE8 Limited. Great. So let me know where you are in the chat. We've got. We had Frank, I think, won the early arrival prize between Bev and sorry, I think the YouTube was saying it was live in 7 hours. I did put the right time up. I did it twice, in fact, and it's for some reason it's playing silly buggers. But hey ho, that's the joys of IT, isn't it? So Sarah Day from Hull, Sarah Cousins, hi. Carol from Redditch, John from Newport. My brother's coming in from Barnes as well. Hello, Annette McFadden, see you every week. How you doing? Also, hi to Richard Nat Barrett. I saw you earlier on. Nigel says, great quiz and the Star Wars question. I missed the one on Sunday. I haven't got a Star Wars question for you, unfortunately, Nigel. Not this week. But there's plenty of other questions there for you. Paul, hi mate. Hope your lips are healing up okay. Came off his bike on a route that he downloaded from me and unfortunately got 10 stitches. So he says he's drinking water through a straw, probably soup as well. So I hope you're healing well and Lynn is looking after you. I'm sure she is. I've got a question here that you'll get straight away. I actually thought of you when I posted it up, so hope you enjoy it. Paul, hello again from Paul and in Workington, hoping for another great quiz. Yeah, I hope so as well. Lesia Dawson from Newport in Shropshire. Hi Lesia, family's all from Ludlow, so not too far away from you guys. Debbie Taylor, good luck to everyone. And hope you're well. Bev, page 1. Bev's going to smash it again in the quiz. You guys, you and Frank were neck and neck last week, so it's going to be a competition between the two of you to see who won. William C. Hello from Glasgow. The COVIDiots. That's a great one. Really good quiz team there. Rich Butler. Not much normality here. Well, sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's one or the other, isn't it? But. Certainly doesn't feel too terrible. Richard Nat Barrett, hello from Bromsgrove. Hope you're well, pal. Yeah, I'm absolutely fantastic. Been allowed out, so I've actually been doing some filming with a friend of mine this week. So yeah, it's been really good. Got to ride a couple of bikes that, yeah, they make the eye water the price of them, but yeah, really cool to just sort of get out and about. Michael Tate sending love and light to John Jobson. John Jobson, wherever you are, sending you big love. Hello, Abby. Jobson's from Washington. Well done to my dad for joining. Amazing work on the front line. Well done, mate. Whatever you're doing on the front line, thanks to everybody. It's all the people behind the scenes that are keeping the country going as well, isn't it? And I think, hello, Abby, to your sister as well. I think you said she was a fan as well. Tina Louise, hello from Western Supermare. Hello. Marie, hi Marie, how are you? Hope you're well. Debbie Taylor, missed Sunday, totally forgot about it, it was too late. Pool party for 2 in the garden, we're a little bit tipsy, haha. Brilliant. Well, I think most of the country is at the moment, aren't they? I think they said there's a few things that you'll get in lockdown. One of them might be having too much to drink. But is it a pool in the garden or is it a blurt pool? I know my niece is really wants to get one of them in my dad's garden. Kim O'Shea, looking forward to a great quiz. Teresa from Carlne, I don't know where Carlne is, but... Hi, Kimberly Richards, quizzes checking in from Somerset. Who else we got? Alice Wheeler. Hello, Alice. You've been there pretty much from the start. Hope you are good. Loving the quizzes. Alex and Rich in Cuddington in Cheshire. Hi, guys. Hope you are doing well. I hope work is coming back to normal. Mine isn't. Unfortunately, I've just got my July roster and it's absolutely empty. So there's no work for me at the moment. So we'll still carry on doing these things for as long as... as long as we can. Abby says, hello, can you please say hello to my sister Ella? She loves you. She's your biggest fan. Thanks, Ella. Hi, hope you're well. Say hello to your sister Abby as well. I'm sure you're probably with her, but hello, Ella. Hope you're decent. Right, this week we've got for you same format. I think it seems a little bit more popular than before. Got 4 rounds. Trivia, music, blockbusters, and I've got a logo round this week, picture round. So it's 15 questions per round. Much the same as before. All you need is a pen and paper if you're first time into the quiz. Obviously you can Google everything, but it kind of just defeats the object. Yeah, just play along. It's just for fun. There's nothing, no prizes or anything. Although Bev Page Swan and Frank Halliday are playing quite competitively between the two of you. So it'd be interesting to see what the result is there. Good, right, let's see, we've got Adam Snoddy from Carln, and Leia Toshak is Ross and me are on the hard stuff tonight. Tea, oh good, yeah, at least not coffee, although tea apparently keeps you awake more than coffee does. That's what I used to drink when I was working, try and keep me awake. David Davies, hello from Swansea. Hi David. Julie Parham, Kevin and Julie in Waterlooville. Bev Page Swan, she can't be as big a fan as me. Cool. Debbie Tate says that we'd love to have a dingbat round. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'll do that next week. We'll do a dingbat round. I've seen other people do that. The only thing is you have to leave it up for quite a long time. Dingbats usually hand it out and then do it in between each question. But yeah, no, I will do a dingbat round at some point. I'd love to get some of you involved in the stream as well. So if you do want to get involved in the stream, the details are all down below. Send me an email. I can get a couple of people involved through this software. Please do send me an email if you'd like to. It's thevirtualquiz@gmail.com. So fire over your if you would like to be up on screen, and maybe actually Bev Page and Frank, would you like to be on screen? Fire me an email over and let me know. It's kind of difficult to email people on Facebook because I don't know about you, but it runs so slow for me. We've got Karen Marie, hello from Clueless in Morecambe. I think you guys have been in pretty much from the start. Hope you're decent. And also hello to, I'm not sure if my dad's watching, but I've also got neighbours and friends watching as well. So hello to everybody. Right, let's get into the quiz. I'm sure you've heard enough of me wittering on too much. So round one is the trivia round. It's basically just general knowledge, but 15 questions, and we'll get underway very, very shortly. Right, let's get rid of these graphics and move straight on to round number one, which is general trivia. Okay, so one for my brother. I'm sure you get this straight off the bat. In what sport would you find the teams, the London Wasps and the Sale Sharks? In what sport would you find the London Wasps and the Sale Sharks? Bev Page and Frank Halliday are both up for the challenge. That's great. Question 2. How many different colours are there on a Rubik's Cube? Now, you've probably worked this out. Think about it. My brother's quite apt at the Rubik's Cube, thanks to YouTube. You can find anything on YouTube now, can't you? Apparently it's no longer London Wasps since they moved, but Wasps. Hi Chris, hope you're well. Question 3. Which unit of power, often used to express the rate of work of an engine, was devised by James Watt? Question number 3. Which unit of power, often used to express the rate of work of an engine, was devised by James Watt? Question 4. In carpentry, the claw and ball peen are both types of which tool? Question number 4. In carpentry, the claw and ball peen are both types of which tool? And again, if you don't know that, you probably have a bit of a guess. I'll try to put up questions that you could probably have a shot at goal at, even if you don't know. Question 5. Which UK politician has been referred to by the tabloids, or was referred to as two Jags? Also two Jabs. Which UK politician has been referred to by the tabloids as two Jags? Question 6. How many meters make up 1 kilometer? Question number 6. How many meters make up 1 kilometer? Question number 7. In the Shakespeare play Romeo and Juliet, what was Juliet's surname? Was it a Montague or a Capulet? That'll get you thinking. But it's 50-50. Question 7. In the Shakespeare play Romeo and Juliet, was Juliet's surname a Montague or a Capulet? Question 8. What is the more common name for the air cushion machine invented by Christopher Cockerell? So what do you know that runs on an air cushion if you don't know? Question number 8. What is the more common name for the air cushion machine invented by Christopher Cockerell? Question number 9. In humans, what name is given to the cord that connects an unborn infant to the placenta? I'm sure there's a few of you out there that have had the privilege of cutting that after the son or daughter's born. In humans, what name is given to the cord that connects an unborn infant to the placenta? Question 10. In history, which king was the father of Queen Elizabeth II? Question 10. In history, which king was the father of Queen Elizabeth II? Question 11. In the management of aircraft, arrivals and departures, the abbreviation ATC stands for what? These were either your best friend or the bane of your life as a pilot, I can tell you. Spain being probably one of the worst in Europe, from experience. In the management of aircraft, arrivals and departures, the abbreviation ATC stands for what? I'd be pleased to hear the UK lead the world in this. Question number 12. In what sport do you have slam dunks and layups? Question number 12. In what sport do you have slam dunks and layups? Question 13. In nature, two types of tree dominate the European deciduous forests. It's beech and what other type of tree? Again, if you don't know, have a guess. Question 13. In nature, two types of tree dominate the European deciduous forest. Beech and which other tree? Spend most of my life in the woods at the moment. Question 14. Which London landmark was designed by Sir Norman Foster to depict a blade of light by night? Question 14. Which London landmark was designed by Sir Norman Foster to depict a blade of light by night? And finally, question number 15. In a French restaurant, what does a plat de jour translate to in English? It's testing your knowledge of French. Question 15. In a French restaurant, what does plat de jour translate to in English? Okay, let's end round one. Just to recap the question then. So, I know it's not London Wasps, but in what sport would you find the teams the Wasps and the Sale Sharks? Question 2, how many different colours are there on a Rubik's Cube? Question 3, which unit of power often used to express the rate of work of an engine was devised by James Watt? Question 4, in carpentry, the claw and ball peen are both types of which tool? Again, if you don't know too much about that, have a guess about the tools that you would use in carpentry. Question 5, which UK politician has been referred to by the tabloids as Two Jags? Not so much a politician these days, but certainly very famous when he was. Question 6, how many metres would make up 1 kilometre? Question 7, in the Shakespeare play Romeo and Juliet, was Juliet's name a Montague or a Capulet? That's 50-50. If you don't know, question 8, what is the more common name for the air cushion machine invented by Christopher Cockerell? Question 9, in humans, what name is given to the cord that connects an unborn infant to the placenta? Question 10, in history, which king was the father of Queen Elizabeth II? Question 11, the management of aircraft arrivals and departures, the abbreviation ATC stands for what? Question 12, in what sport do you have slam dunks and a layup? Question 13, in nature, what two types of tree dominate the European deciduous forest? Is it beech and which other? Question 14, which London landmark was designed by Sir Norman Foster to depict a blade of light by night? And question 15, in a French restaurant, what does a plat de jour mean? Cool. Right, so I hope that was not too bad for you. The next round is music round. That's everybody's favourite. Again, I've not made it too tricky or too modern, so it doesn't matter what your age group is. Hopefully you should get a half decent score on this one. Excuse me. So round 2, music. Let's crack straight on. So Ronan Keating became famous as the lead singer for which pop group? Question number 1, Ronan Keating became famous as the lead singer of which pop group? Leah Toshak says the T's going down quickly. I'm sure it's not T. Question 2. Which 1973 Elton John pop song about Marilyn Monroe was rewritten in 1997 for the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales? What's really in your tea? Is it whiskey? Question number 2. Which 1973 Elton John pop song about Marilyn Monroe was rewritten in 1997 for the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales? Question number 3. The musical Mamma Mia is based on the songs of which group? Question number 3. The musical Mamma Mia is based on the songs of which group? Question number 4. I'll Be Missing You was a hit for who in 1999? Question 4. I'll Be Missing You was a hit for who in 1999? Question number 5. Who had a massive 90s hit with Rhythm is a Dancer? Question number 5. Who had a massive 90s hit with Rhythm is a Dancer? Now, if you're around about my age, you'll know that one. It's a huge song. One of our anthems. Question 6. Who sang Happy Christmas, War is Over with John Lennon? Again, you probably have a guess about that. Question 6. Who sang Happy Christmas, War is Over with John Lennon? Question 7. In which Disney movie were their characters called John, Paul, George and Ringo? Musical Disney film. I'm sure you've probably seen it. People are asking how old I am. I'm 40, believe it or not. In which Disney movie were there characters called John, Paul, George and Ringo? Question 8. Who had a hit with Heaven is a Place on Earth? I love this song. Question number 8. Who had a hit with Heaven is a Place on Earth? Question number 9. What is the name of Michael Jackson's ranch, or was the name of Michael Jackson's ranch? I don't know if it's still there. Question number 9. What is the name of, or what was the name of Michael Jackson's ranch? Question 10. Who was the first Spice Girl to have a solo chart single? Again, if you don't know that one, you could probably have a bit of a stab. Question 10. Who was the first Spice Girl to have a solo chart single? Jay Flint saying Elisa weather looks better in my backdrop. It's only the first day of bad weather. It's just going to be cloudy this week, isn't it? Question 11. Oh Carolina and Boombastic were UK hits for which Jamaican reggae star? They've been sort of blessed the last 2 weeks, haven't we? It's going to rain today, but it hasn't here. Question 11. Oh Carolina and Boombastic were UK hits for which Jamaican reggae star? I wouldn't be British if I wasn't talking about the weather. Question 12. Who had the best-selling album entitled Diva? Question number 12. Who had the best-selling album entitled Diva? Question number 13. Who duetted on the 1982 Christmas hit Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy? So I'm looking for both artists there. So if you only get one, it's half a point. A little bit of a controversial one because one of them didn't want to perform with the other one, but was told he had to. So if you actually watch the film or the video, they don't look at each other. Who duetted on the 1982 Christmas hit Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy? Question 14. Who was shouting for Lager, Lager, Lager in their song? Question number 14. Who was shouting for Lager, Lager, Lager in their song? So just looking for the artist there. And question 15. Steven Tyler is the lead vocalist with which rock band? He's got a daughter. He's an actress. Steven Tyler is a lead vocalist with which rock band? Cool. So, just to recap. Question 1. Ronan Keating became famous as the lead singer with which pop group? Question 2. Which 1973 Elton John pop song about Marilyn Monroe was written in 1997 for the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales? Question 3. The musical Mamma Mia is based on the songs of which group? Question 4. I'll Be Missing You was a hit for who in 1999? Question 5. Who had a massive 90s hit with Rhythm is a Dancer? Question 6. Who sang Happy Christmas, War is Over with John Lennon? Question 7. In which Disney movie were their characters called John, Paul, George and Ringo? Question 8. Who had a hit with The Heaven is a Place on Earth? Question 9. What is the name of Michael Jackson's ranch? Question 10. Who was the first Spice Girl to have a solo chart single? Question 11. Oh Carolina and Boombastic were hits for which Jamaican reggae star? Question 12. Who had the best-selling album entitled Diva? Question 13. Who duetted on the 1982 Christmas hit Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy? Question 14. Who was shouting for Lager, Lager, Lager in their song? And question number 15. Steven Tyler is a lead vocalist with which rock band? Brilliant. So that's the end of round number 1 and 2. We'll go back and give you the answers to round 1 and 2. Then we'll get on to round number 3 and 4. Brilliant. So if you need to exchange sheets or anything like that, I'll just let you do that for 20 seconds in the meantime. And then we'll just do the answers coming up right away. So ready with pens and papers to answer your questions. Here we go. So I know this is not quite wrong because they're not the London Wasps anymore, but the Wasps, you know what they would have been. Which sport would you find these two teams? It's rugby union. Question number 2, how many different colours are there on a Rubik's Cube? So if you didn't know the answer to this, you could probably guess like how many sides are there on a cube. It's 6. Question 3, which unit of power often used to express the rate of work of an engine was devised by James Watt? It was the horsepower. So how much horsepower has an engine got? Still used today in many, many cars. Question 4, in carpentry, the claw and ball peen are both types of which tool? Again, if you didn't know, you probably have a guess. It's a hammer. Question 5, which UK politician has been referred to by the tabloids as Two Jags? And there's also Two Jabs because he thumped a tabloid press guy. So it is John Prescott. Question 6, how many metres make up 1 kilometre? It's 1,000, so it's a kilometre, so 1,000 metres. Question 7, in the Shakespeare play Romeo and Juliet, was Juliet's surname Montague or a Capulet? She was a Capulet. Question 8, what is the more common name for the air cushion machine invented by Christopher Cockerell? It's the hovercraft. There's a hovercraft service between Southampton and the Isle of Wight, I think, is probably the most famous one in the UK. Question 9, in humans, what name is given to the cord that connects an unborn infant to the placenta? It's the umbilical cord. I'm sure some of you there have been privileged enough to cut that for your son or daughter. Question 10, in history, which king was the father of Queen Elizabeth II? It was George VI. Question 11, the management of aircraft arrivals and departures. The abbreviation ATC stands for what? Air traffic control. They used to be the bane of our lives, certainly in Spain and Italy. Question 12, in what sport do you have slam dunks and layups? That is basketball. Question 13, in nature, 2 types of tree dominate the European deciduous forest, beech and what other? It's oak trees. I do a lot of riding in the woods, so I've kissed a few of them. Question 14, which London landmark was designed by Sir Norman Foster to depict a blade of light by night? It was the Millennium Bridge. So some of you might have put the Shard or the Gherkin, which is actually just behind me there. But yeah, it was actually the Millennium Bridge. And question number 15, in a French restaurant, what does a plat du jour mean? It is the dish of the day. Great. Right, so on to round number 2. Here we go. So Ronan Keating became famous as the lead singer of which pop group? It was, of course, Boyzone. Went on to start a very successful solo career after leaving Boyzone. Question 2, in which 1973 Elton John pop song about Marilyn Monroe was rewritten in 1997 for the funeral of Diana, Princess of Wales? That was Candle in the Wind. Performed, of course, at her funeral. We watched that at school. It was really sad, wasn't it? Question 3, the music Mamma Mia is based on the songs of which group? That's ABBA. Question 4, I'll Be Missing You was a hit for who in 1999? It was Puff Daddy. Question 5, who had a massive 90s hit with the song Rhythm is a Dancer? It was Snap. Question 6, who sang Happy Christmas, War is Over with John Lennon? Again, you probably could have guessed that because he didn't sing it with the Beatles. It was with his wife, Yoko Ono, who was a bit of a controversial figure at the time. Question 7, in which Disney movie were the characters called John, Paul, George and Ringo? It was The Jungle Book. Question 8, who had a hit with Heaven is a Place on Earth? It was Belinda Carlisle. It was a massive hit when I was growing up. What is the name of Michael Jackson's ranch? It's of course Neverland. I don't know if that's still going or it's been smashed down. Question 10, who was the first Spice Girl to have a solo chart single? And you'd probably kick yourself if you took a guess at this, but it was actually Jerry Halliwell or ginger spice, not posh spice. Question 11. Oh Carolina and Boombastic were UK hits for which Jamaican reggae star? It was Shaggy. Question 12. Who had the best selling album entitled Diva? That was Annie Lennox. Question 13. Who duetted on the 1982 Christmas hit Peace on Earth, Little Drummer Boy, with David Bowie and Bing Crosby? Bing Crosby found David a little bit strange and said, I don't want to perform with him. And if you actually watch the film, he doesn't actually look at him. It's really, really weird. Question 14. Who was shouting for Lager, Lager, Lager in their song? It was Underworld. And question 15. Steve Tyler is the lead vocalist with which rock band? It was Aerosmith. Brilliant. So I hope that wasn't too tricky. Maybe it's a little bit trickier than usual, but let me know in the chat how you got on. There we go. So let's have a look in the chat and see how we've gone. I'll be missing you with Faith Evans. I suppose you could take that actually. They did actually sing that, but the original was Puff Daddy. But yeah, let me know in the chat what the score was, how you're finding the difficulty level. Hopefully it wasn't too tricky. So the next 2 rounds are Blockbusters, which has proved really popular, and then I'll do a logo round for you as well. So I've been on Photoshop for half the afternoon, like trying to get these, because actually trying to get people's logos on the internet is really tricky, because they sort of block it out and make it a PNG file, which this software doesn't actually recommend. So I've had to like turn it all into JPEGs, etc. But I won't bore you with all that. Anyway, William C's got 21 out of 30. That's decent. Anne McFadden 22. Paul Molyneux got 24 out of 35, so that must have been the Bing Crosby question. 28 for Chris M. Music fell nicely for us. That's good. Yeah, it's always really difficult with music because it's a tricky one to get correct for everyone. Nigel Howlett, 21, my age. Oh, Nigel, you're 21. And you're a massive Star Wars fan. Like it's weird, isn't it? Star Wars does seem to span the whole age, doesn't it? Michelle 22, Frederick's got 24, Leslie has got 24. Let's have a look, see what else we've got. Gemma Louise Ryan, 26 out of 30. Richard Barrett, you got 30, smashing it, guys. Absolutely smashing it. Kimberly 23. Whereas we've got Susan Carr's got 23, Annette's got 26. Let's have a look what else we've got. Christine's got 19, 26 Mangela. 27 for the Wombles of Wokingham. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I'm never too far. I go visit a friend of mine over there before. 24, 40, yeah, Amanda Marshall used to be my matron at school, and she says 40, whereas the time gone, I know, tell me about it. It's crazy, isn't it? Where there was a naughty little 10-year-old, always getting myself in trouble there. I'm sure you've got a few stories about me. Christine Evans, 26. Paul's got 23 out of 30. Hi, Paul. Andy said, music let us down. Good quiz as usual. Abby's got 26. You're doing good, Abby. Is your sister helping out? Carol, 18. Bev Page Swan, 24 out of 30. Bad night for you. Yeah, well, I hope. What's Frank got? Frank's got 24 as well. So you guys are neck and neck still. Yeah, we definitely need to get you guys on. So please do send me a message on Facebook, and I'll get you on Sunday. Well, good to see you have a good relationship with your brother. It's a bond that can't be broken. Yeah, absolutely, isn't it? Isn't it such? It's so sad when you see people that fall out in families, brothers. Amanda Marshall says, "Don't tempt me." Yeah, if it's really bad, I wouldn't put it up, would I? But yeah, we had. I think they used the word spirited child at school. Was on the edge of getting in trouble. Cool. Bev said she sent me a message. Brilliant. I'll look out for that. Jay said, can he have an extra point for singing the words to Snap? Yeah, you look about the same sort of era as me, so you know it. What a song it was. Ernest, Maisie and Jeffrey's got 21, and Michael Tate, 21, had a mare. I don't think you've had a mare, so it's still a decent score, isn't it? Right, so next one is Blockbusters. That seems pretty popular. And then we'll move on to the picture round. So Jay, this one's for you. You said where's the picture round? You really enjoyed that, so I've included it this week. So actually the picture round takes as long as all the other three rounds. So yeah, that's why I don't do it some week, just if I'm in a bit of a rush. Matthew Anderson, 25 out of 30, Team Extreme from Northern Ireland. Hi guys, hope you're decent. How's farming been affected in Northern Ireland by all this craziness? Right, let's move on to round number 3. As I say, it's a Blockbusters round. Let me just tee it all up here. Brilliant. Right, so here we go. Pens and papers at the ready. Let's go for the Blockbuster round. What S is a three-leafed plant said to be used by St. Patrick to represent the Holy Trinity? Didn't know this until I looked it up. What S is a three-leafed plant said to have been used by the St. Patrick to represent the Holy Trinity? Question number 2. What F includes mushrooms, yeasts and moulds? Question number 2. What F includes mushrooms, yeasts and moulds? Sorry, Matt, you said we aren't all farmers. Yeah, I know. Question 3. What U describes bread such as Jewish that doesn't contain a raising agent? So it's Jewish bread and pita bread, etc. Popular in the Bible. Question 3. What U describes bread such as Jewish that doesn't contain a raising agent? Question 4. What T do you metaphorically come to the end of when you lose your temper? Sorry. What T do you metaphorically come to the end of when you lose your temper? Question number 5. What F are the black wingless insects which plague cats, rats and hedgehogs? Question number 5. What F are the black wingless insects which plague cats, rats and hedgehogs? Question number 6. What L is the landlord of a pub whose name is written above the door? Question number 6. What L is the landlord of the pub whose name is written above the door? Question number 7. What R is the main ingredient of risotto? It's got risotto there, it's risotto, isn't it? Question 7. What R is the main ingredient of risotto? Question 8. What J was the role that Philip Schofield took over from Jason Donovan? I remember Philip Schofield in the broom cupboard when I was younger. He's been on TV for as long as I've been alive. What J was the role that Philip Schofield took over after Jason Donovan? Don't think anybody was shocked when they said he was gay. Question 9. What F is a European country whose capital is Helsinki? Question number 9. What F is a European country whose capital city is Helsinki? Question number 10. By what B is a borough of New York City separated from Manhattan by the Harlem River? Question number 10. What B is a borough of New York City separated from Manhattan by the Harlem River? Question 11. What P goes between bogey and birdie in golf scoring? Most people have been allowed out to play golf for a little while now, haven't they? But what P goes between bogey and birdie in golf scoring? Question 12. What W is the site of the main government offices in London, or a name given to the British government itself? It's the main sort of area where all British government is, etc. Downing Street, Foreign Office, etc. What W is the site of the main government offices in London, or a name given to the British government itself? Question number 13. What R was the industry on which the towns of Swindon, Crewe and Darlington were built? It's one of the first ever services ran between these two towns. Think about it. What R was the industry on which the towns of Swindon, Crewe and Darlington were built? Question number 14. What I is a cake decoration that Americans call frosting? Whole country's gone baking mad, haven't they? So I'm sure you've been doing a bit of this. What I is a cake decoration that Americans call frosting? And finally, for round number 3, question 15. What N is an odorless gas used in illuminating signs, or illuminated signs? I'm sure you've all seen these. Some places more nefarious than others. What N is an odorless gas used in illuminating signs? Good, that's the end of round number 3. So, as usual, the recap. Question 1. What S is a 3-leafed plant said to have been used by St. Patrick to represent the Holy Trinity? Question 2. What F includes mushrooms, yeasts and moulds? Question 3. What U describes bread such as Jewish bread that doesn't contain any raising agent? Question 4. What T do you metaphorically come to at the end of when you lose your temper? Question 5. What F are the black wingless insects which plague cats, rats and hedgehogs? Hedgehogs are teeming with them. Question 6. What L is the landlord of the pub whose name is written above the door? Question 7. What R is the main ingredient of risotto? Question 8. What J is the role that Philip Schofield took over after Jason Donovan? Question 9. What F is a European country whose capital city is Helsinki? Question 10. What B is a borough of New York City separated from Manhattan by the Harlem River? Question 11. What P goes between bogey and birdie in golf scoring? Question 12. What W is the site of the main government offices in London, or a name given to the British government itself? Question 13. What R was the industry on which the towns of Swindon, Crewe and Darlington were built? Question 14. What I is a cake decoration that Americans call frosting? And question 15. What N is an odorless gas used in illuminating signs? Sorry. Great. So that is the end of round number 3. We'll move on to round number 4, which is the picture round. Abby said, can I do a food round? Yeah, I'll do food and drink next time round for sure. No problems at all. If everybody likes that. I'm sure we've all been enjoying plenty of food and drink. I've definitely got lockdown love handles since this has all begun. Right, so 30 seconds. Let me just check that. 20 seconds, sorry, for each image. It's logos of famous companies. I'll give you a little bit of a hint if I think it's too tricky, or just steer you in the right direction so you can have a guess. But they'll be up for 20 seconds for each one, 15 questions per round, as per usual, and then it'll be about 7 seconds per question, just so we can recap, and then I'll give you the answers, and we'll be done for another quiz. So here we go, is question number 1 in the picture round. So what's the name of this company's logo? Just to give you an idea, it's a car company. Bev Page one says, can we have a chocolate round? I suppose I could do that as well, part of the food and drink. What's the name of this company's logo? Manufacture sports equipment. Question number 3, what's this company's logo? I'm sure a lot of you have been looking on here at the moment for information. Question number 4, I'm sure Paul's going to get this one. What's the name of this company's logo? Question number 5, I'm sure you've all recognised this one, but I've taken away the text. Very, very famous brand. More of a marketing company than the actual product they produce. And question number 6, along the same vein as the previous one. So you might not recognise the logo, but it's the same type of company as the previous question, question number 5. Question number 7. Quite a famous one. A lot of people use this for inspiration, their interior design, etc. Or food. One of those ones you probably either use or don't use. I'm sure you're all familiar with this one. Question number 8. Question number 9. This one might trick you a little bit, but have a think about it. Look at the letter and think about what's been happening recently. That's question number 9. Question number 10. People have this tattooed on their body. Very, very famous motorcycle brand. Been referred to as a super brand, like British Airways, etc. Question number 11. Paul, I think you won't have any issue with this one, even though you've left us. But I think you and Kev will be back. So what's this brand? They make sports equipment that you may or may not own. Question number 12. What's this company? Question number 13. Here's one that was big in the 80s. Don't see it so much these days, but still a popular brand. Question number 14. The ladies amongst you, if you go to yoga, you'd know this one. Hugely popular brand if you get into yoga, but they've sort of branched out into other areas now. And finally, question number 15. What's this car company's logo? So, question number 1. It's a car company. Question number 2. Sports brand. Question number 3. Question number 4. That's a car company as well, have a think. Paul Batty said he needs a clue. Question number 5. Question number 6. Nigel Hallett says he doesn't do yoga. I don't either. Question number 7. Very famous website and app. Question number 8. Question number 9. Think about what's happened in the media last week. Very famous. Question number 10. It says it on the logo. They make motorcycles. Question number 11. Sports company. They make sports equipment. Question number 12. Question number 13. Very famous clothing company. 14, again, they're a clothing company that sort of started in yoga but now branched out into gym equipment, etc. And finally, question number 15 is a car company. Brilliant. Hope that wasn't too bad. That's the end of the quiz questions anyway. So let's go back and I'll give you the answers to round number 3. Great, so what S is a 3-leaf plant said to have been used by St. Patrick to represent the Holy Trinity? It is a shamrock. I didn't even know it was meant to represent the Holy Trinity. Question number 2, what F includes mushrooms, yeasts and moulds? It's fungus. Question 3, what U describes bread such as Jewish that doesn't contain a raising agent? That's unleavened bread. So very, very popular in Jewish communities. Question 4, what T do you metaphorically come to at the end of when you lose your temper? It's the end of your tether. Question 5, what F are the black wingless insects which plague cats, rats and hedgehogs? It's fleas. Hopefully none of your animals have got them. Question 6, what L is the landlord of a pub whose name is written above the door? It's the licensee, so they're responsible for everything that happens in the pub. So they're the ones that usually get angry if you stay too long, etc. Question number 7, what R is the main ingredient of risotto? It's called rice. Question 8, what J was the role that Philip Schofield took over after Jason Donovan? It was playing Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat. Question 9, what F is a European country whose capital is in Helsinki? It's Finland. Question 10, what B is a borough of New York City separated from Manhattan by the Harlem River? It's the Bronx, of course, where JFK Airport is. That was a question last quiz. Question 11, what P goes between bogey and birdie in golf scoring? I only ever seem to get bogeys anyway. It's a par. Question 12, what W is the site of the main government offices in London or a name given to the British government itself? It's Whitehall, so that's the area that all the government is situated. Question 13, what R was the industry on which the towns of Swindon, Crewe and Darlington were all built? It was the railway. So I think one of the first railways was built between those two towns, the transport goods. Revolutionised the world, basically. Question 14, what I is a cake decoration that Americans call frosting? It's icing. I'm sure a lot of you have been doing some baking over the last 8 or 9 weeks. And question 15, what N is an odorless gas used in illuminating signs? It is neon. So neon signs, etc. That's the gas that you've got there. Paul Batty says he is a licensee. Good for you, man. How's it been? I bet you're absolutely desperate to get the pub back opened. Right, let's give you the answers to that round. So let me just I've just got there. So I'm just going to start from there. Right, so I'll give you the answers to the logo round. Ready to go. So that is Mitsubishi Motors, or Mitsubishi is absolutely fine. Question number 2, that is Puma. He was the brother of the guy that started Adidas as well. So there were 2 brothers and started rival companies. Question number 3, that is, of course, Twitter, where probably a lot of you are getting your news at the moment, etc. Question number 4 coming up, that is Tesla Motors. Paul would have got that straight off the bat, no problem. He's got himself a nice Model 3. I haven't seen it yet, but amazing car. Question number 5, that is Red Bull. Of course, more of a marketing company than the drink they actually produce, but amazing. Question number 6, their fierce rivals is Monster Energy drink. drink more Monster than I do Red Bull. Question number 7, that's Pinterest. So post up pictures on there and a lot of recipes and stuff. Of course, that's question 8 is Instagram. I'm sure a lot of you have been scrolling that whilst in lockdown. Question number 9 coming up, that's SpaceX. So obviously successfully sent 2 people on their first civil mission to the International Space Station. Question number 10, Harley Davidson motorcycles. Iconic logo there, isn't it? Question number 11, that's Specialized. They make bikes, push bikes, race bikes, mountain bikes, etc. Question number 12, that's Motorola. Of course, they make electrical goods, etc. Question 13 is Lacoste. Don't see that so much these days. Not a hugely popular brand, is it? But it's the Lacoste alligator. It was big in the 80s. Question number 14, this might have taxed a few of you. It's Lululemon. They've got a shop on the King's Road, but very, very big in the yoga world. Question 15, that is Bentley Motors. Bentley Motor Companies. You have to exclude one of the feathers there's gone black where I've tried to... It's just split over. Brilliant. So let me know in the chat how you got on there. Hope you didn't enjoy that. Paul Batty says he's licensee and was a chef. He's still cooking in your pub. Whereabouts is your pub? I think hopefully a lot of them are saying that they're going to open fairly soon. And like I say, certainly on Clapham High Street, etc., they're sort of doing soft openings now. So it looks like things are sort of relatively going back to normal. But yeah, it's certainly been difficult for everyone in the hospitality industry, hasn't it? But looking like it's going to be better. So I really want to know how Bev Page One and Frank have got on, and everybody else, all the loyal fans. It'd be great. What we've got, Will C says 46 out of 60 for the Co-Bidiots. First time, John. Definitely take part again. Really looking forward to seeing you again. Thanks very much for popping by. Annette's got 47. Mel Kinghead, I hope I've said that right. I'm just reading it quickly. 48 out of 60 best so far. 54 out of 60 for Bev. Another great quiz. I'm waiting for Frank's to come in. There we go. 50 for Amanda. Wendy's got 53. Amanda, good to see you again. Thanks for popping by. Paul Skipsy's got 45. Chris M's got 57. Rich and Nat got 57. You guys do really good every week. Zara Sanders 55 from the Wombles. Let me try and just keep up. Jill's got 47. Paul Mulnew's got 41, 51.5. Averil's got 50. Christine Evans, 47, best score ever. I deserve a drink, and go and pour yourself a stiff one. Frederick Davies, 47, round 3, question 12, Westminster. Paul McConnell's got 51, just got confused over that big red S logo. He's just got himself a Tesla. Paul Batty, pub called Robin Hood in Tossington in Bury. Janice Road, 53, thanks John, that's my pleasure as always. Matthew Anderson, 49. Wow, you did really well there. Annette's got 53. Hi, Annette. Good to see you every week. Leah has got... so I'm just trying to keep up. Caroline Schuch's got 39. Debbie Taylor's got 48. Leah's got 48.5. Well done, guys. Wow, so I think we've got... doing okay there, aren't we? Cara Maris Betts, 44. Dave Robinson, 55 for the Wombles of Wokingham. Big up to you guys. Mikel there. Sorry, it's all just... bleeding off onto the other screen. I'm just going to try and get as many up as I can. Sorry if I don't read it. It's just coming through faster than I can read it. Susan Carr's at 48. Christine Perry 43. Paul Batty 49. Good. Everyone's doing all right. I think nobody's bombed, which is good. I'm just trying to pop everything up that I can. Kimberly Richards. Adam Snowby 52. Cindy Fearson's got 46. Michael Tate, sorry, Michelle, excuse me, lady's name, 49. Matt Anderson, 49 for Team Extreme. Cheers, great quiz, my pleasure. Glad you enjoyed it. I hope you brought a slight smile to your face on this day. Everything's looking a little bit doing. My sister, Lesia Dawson, my sister Avril Lamise keeps laughing when you say my name. Am I saying it wrong? Sorry, is it Lesia or... you have to tell me, you have to email me and let me know how I'm supposed to say it. Sorry, Lesia, if I'm completely... destroying your name. Marie Derry's got 48. Annette says see you Sunday. Yeah, definitely look forward to it. So we'll be streaming again on Sunday 8 o'clock. Sarah J King 48, not bad from Kevin Sarah. No, I think you did decent. Gemma Louise Ryan, hi, 50 total score. Thank you again. See you Sunday. Christine Shepherd, hi Christine. Karen Marie's got 44 out of 60. Alice Wheeler, hi Alice, 46. Great quiz again. Thanks. See you. Hello Jay, did you enjoy the picture round? I hope you did. That was for you. 52 out of 60. Sue Charles, 46. Cat Smith 41 on your own. Another great quiz. Well, that is a good score on your own because most people are in 2s or 3s and stuff. Paul Molyneux, cheers for another great quiz. Get time to get some beer in. Yeah, go and get yourself a beer. Right, I'll do a food and drink question for you, Abby, next week. If we can, or I'll certainly get some food and drink questions for your sister there. Hopefully see you on Sunday if I'm fit enough to play, as it's my birthday on Saturday. So I might be in a bit of a bad state. Yeah, definitely. Frank 54 slip this week. I think did you get the same as Pev? I definitely need to get you guys in next week, because that is like the rivalry for us guys. But Debbie, I hope that you're not feeling too worse for hours on Sunday. But hopefully by 8 o'clock you'll at least be able to move your fingers on a screen. Thanks to everybody again for popping by. I really, really appreciate it. I hope that we can keep this going outside of lockdown. I'm certainly, whilst I'm not working, I'm planning on doing the Wednesdays and the Sundays. As always, Bev says, happy birthday, John, for Saturday. Not my birthday on Saturday. It's Debbie Taylor's, apparently. My birthday's in November. We're 41, so I'm going to be the other side of 40. So yeah, working my way slowly towards those 50s. Fantastic, as always. I know I said it before. Thanks very much to my brother for live streaming. If you do know anybody that needs any live streaming or broadcast graphics, do fire him a message. We did that video for him this week, so really pleased with that. So just trying to get his website up in the middle of all this. Fantastic. Right, so it has been a pleasure as always. Make sure you look after yourselves. Hope you don't get ill this week, etc. In the meantime, it's been my pleasure. I've been John Edwards. You guys have been amazing. I'll see you on Sunday 8 o'clock for another quiz, and take care of yourself, your family and everybody else. All the very best, and speak to you very soon.